Okay, so this is a hard topic for a lot of people. The idea that God judges people, and Paul puts some words in here that talks about God's anger and His fury, and I think that makes a lot of people a little uncomfortable.
Well, you want to know why? I mean, why it for me? I would say. Growing up believing that the God of the Old Testament had this like lightning bolt ready to just strike us down.
Yeah.
And so like as a young adult, when I really started diving into scripture and reading this, it was just like, gosh, this is harsh. This is a lot. But it was because I saw it through the lens of this creator God who was always mad at us. Do you know what I'm saying? So it's like this God who was angry from the very beginning and just always mad and always, and it wasn't until that I learned that I had the wrong picture of who God was all the way from Genesis, where he could have wiped man out and started over. I mean, there was 2 of them, right?
Right.
But yet his love was portrayed and displayed every time the Hebrew children turned their back on him. Every time they opened a door for sin. Every time they created idols. Every time, like he continued to love. So when I understood that, right, it's not this God that's just looking for us to make a mistake. Yeah. That's not the case.
Yeah.
Right. So if you've grown up, or if your understanding of God is He's just watching for you to blow it so He can send you to hell, Romans 2 is harsh. If you understand that He loves you and He's looking for ways to continue to have a relationship with you, Romans 2 takes a different road.
Well, it takes a whole different aspect,
right,
of what these words are saying. You know,
right.
And if you go back to verse 4, where he says, "Don't you see how wonderfully kind and tolerant and patient God is with you? Does this mean nothing to you? Can't you see that His kindness is intended to turn you from your sin?"
Right.
And to me, it's kind of a picture of Deuteronomy chapter 30, where Moses has gone through all of the blessings and all of the cursings.
Right.
And then he gets down to verse 19 in chapter 30, and he says that I set before you life and death, blessing and cursing. And then there's this plea from the Lord, choose life.
Right.
Like I call heaven and earth into account against you. Please choose life.
Well, okay.
You know?
So when he says, look, there's 2 options here. There's options. You get to choose. But he's like, I'm begging you to choose the right one. It's not like, hey, under these 2 bowls is the secret. You know, like that game where you would do the cup.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, where's the ball? Where's the marshmallow? Where's the, whatever. It's a trick. And I'm going to see if you can guess which one it is. Yeah. That's not the nature of God.
No.
He's like, here's the 2 options. Ultimately, you get to decide.
Right.
It is your choice, 100% your choice.
Yeah.
But I'm begging you. This is what I created you for. I want you to choose life. Like we don't pay attention to that part.
Right.
He's not just saying, hey, please choose life. He's like, no, you don't understand. You get to decide. But if you understood what I know, if you knew what I know, if you understood how much I loved you, please choose life.
Yeah.